What's up YouTube, I'm just another guy and welcome back to the Pentagon challenge. So here we are, we're halfway through next season. And the reason we're doing this update so far away from our previous update is because I made a massive mistake with the audio when I actually did an update at the start of the league season. And then I didn't check until I was about 10 games in, once I kept playing on basically after I recorded. And I checked the audio and I was like, oh wait, no, wait. I've made a mistake. I was like, well, I don't want to do an update now and then do an update again if like 10 games later or whatever it was. So I just decided I'll get to halfway through the season, then I'll do the update for you guys. So this is what we are right now. So we won the league last season, of course. Nothing else really happened. We picked up an award for best goalkeeper, but that was pretty much it. So we're going to go into the league table and show how we've done so far this season. So currently we find ourselves in third place. We do have a game in hand, which we are playing today, which means come the end of this game, we could find ourselves back in second place, which is where we were, of course, before this sort of midweek game section started. So it's been an alright start. It's been an alright first half of the season. Nothing as good as last year, of course, but still, a decent start. And actually, when we look at the first maybe 5-6 games of this season, maybe even a few more, you'll realise that actually it's a pretty decent position to be in, because we had a very slow start to the season, a very slow start. And in fact, at one point, my job was insecure. Not very insecure, just insecure. But it just showed that we didn't have a good start to the season. So to be where we are right now, it shows great determination and team spirit to turn it around. And plus, if we do manage, well, actually, if we look at it right now, we are currently 7 points behind the league leaders, which I think is an achievable sort of points gap to overcome. We can still win this league. I'm not ruling that out yet. But realistically, Champions League could be won this season. We are still in that, and it could still be won. So that is where I'm going to be trying to focus most of my attention. A top 4 finish would still be great. The board want title challengers, so top 3 finish I'm sure they'd be pretty happy with. Even if they're not, if we can go quite far in the Champions League, I'm sure that will surely overcompensate, or at least compensate for the poor league campaign that, we'll call league campaign to comparison to what we could have had if we didn't have Champions League football. But let's go to transfers. Let's talk about who we brought in and who we let go as we've reached our goals this season. So we released a lot of people that I decided I didn't want to renew, or who didn't really want to be renewed, because some people just didn't want to sign down a new deal. And also, just a few people like that. Like one of them, which one was it? Was it Jung Hoon? It's not Jung Hoon. Is it Sung? Yeah, this guy, Sung Gu, is a great goalkeeper, probably one of the best goalkeepers around in Korea right now. He didn't want to sign down a new deal for me, which I don't know why. He's currently gone to Seoul, who we're playing today in the live com. But yeah, he just decided he didn't want to re-sign a new deal. So in the end, I had to let him go. We have brought in a new goalkeeper though, but that was probably the major guy to be released. Elsewhere, we sold Sok Young, the ex-QPR left back. I felt we could have got a better left back, which due to a few changes tactically, we've got a better left back currently. So I'm happy to see this guy go. We picked up a decent fee as well. He's gone to the same league of Pohang, but 500k for him, I think, is a very nice fee to pick up. Elsewhere, a bit later on, after actually the start of the season, we sold Byung So, a striker, for 16k to Pohang. He had quite a large wage bill. I think it was like 13,000. He's taken a wage cut to go to Pohang. But yeah, it was on he's on too much a week, for my opinion, for someone who was a third choice striker. So off he's gone to 16k. And very recently, just before, actually a few days before this, we did this update, we sold Dong Wook, who is a young 18-year-old Korean centre attacking mid. I decided to let this lad go to Sparta of the Dutch second division. No, they're in the top division now, but they were in the second division for 900k, which isn't exactly a lot, but we have got a clause that 20% of any profit will come to us as well, so I think that's a decent fee as well. And Dong Wook, he probably could have been a player that would have featured in the side in the future because he's got good potential in him, but I was happy to let him go. He weren't currently featured in the team, and we could have used the money, so that was my thinking there. But to the ends, overall I'm pretty happy with what we've signed so far. Brady is just someone who's come in now, so he won't really have much to talk about on him, but we'll still talk about him. But I'll also regret one of my signings, but we'll go through and talk about that. So the first guy we brought in was a replacement goalkeeper, Sung Ryong, I believe it is, 35 years of age, so he's quite an old keeper, and he's a few years older, about 5-6 years older than the other keeper we had before he was released. But still, this guy has got great quality and great class, despite his advancing age. And Overall, I'm happy with the signing. Probably paid a little bit too much for him at 1.1 million, but that's the sort of fees you have to offer to Premier League sides like Leicester, who use this guy quite a lot. And as you can see, you know, decent history as well. Did play for the club at the start of the game as well. Played for Suwon, so he's returned back for a fee smaller than what we actually sold him for. So still a bit of decent market, you know, a bit of decent transfer there. Yeah, getting a profit for the side overall. But yeah, this guy's been playing well this season as well. Conceding less than a goal a game. We've actually done very well defensively this season. If we go onto the league table, we'll show that. Obviously, I didn't actually highlight that. But look at that, best defence in the league, only conceding 13 goals. Very hard team to break down, which is a contrast to last year where we conceded quite a few goals. And this guy's definitely contributing to that with some great performances this season. Next guy is the signing I've sort of regretted. Shinji Kagawa. Free transfer. I saw him on free transfer and I thought, well, I can't turn that up. You know, Manchester United player, Dortmund player. Kagawa is great experience in Europe. It'll be a great capture for the team. So I brought him in without really thinking. And then once I got to the team, because my idea was I'd bring this guy in and sell one of my foreigners to make space for him. But then once he got to the team, I sort of realised I don't really want to sell any of my foreigners. I was happy with Suwaidi, with Pasalic, with Papi, with Ademi. I had 4 foreigners who I was more than happy to keep. If anyone was going to go, it would be Suwaidi, and then Kagawa would have to go out on the right attacking midfield role. But then I thought, well, we've got a player here, Shinji Kagawa, who's not proven. You know, I may sell Suwaidi, who's had a good season last year, and put this guy in, and he may backfire on me. You know, Kagawa may fail, may not have a good year, and he's not even a natural right attacking midfielder. And then I thought maybe I'll sell Pasalic, the centre mid. But then I thought, well, Pasalic is younger. And he's, putting some great performances last season. I didn't want to sell him. So in the end, I decided I couldn't sell any of my foreigners. So now we've got a player who I can't play. He's actually played once for me this season. That's because there is a foreigner rule in the FA Cup, but they don't have to be registered. So he's played in the FA Cup for us, and he scored a goal, and he was amazing. Did get an assist as well. He did get an assist as well, so he was incredible, which means clearly he can do it at this level, I think anyway, but it was against a slightly weaker team as well. But a good player here, just unable to find a way to put him in the team, so I think that was a big mistake on my part, especially when you consider the wage he is on. It's too much. Next guy, Chang Hoon, returned to the club, 26 years of age. You guys may remember him as a player that left 2 months before the end of the season last year, and I was really, annoyed that he left. I had no choice in that. He just sort of decided, I'm not talking to you, I'm leaving. But come the end of the season and, come the transfer window, he was willing to talk to me again. So I managed to get this guy in once more, putting in some great performances yet again. So really happy to have tied this guy down to a deal. And really chuffed to have got him back, really. Great player for the team. It was sad to see him go, and I'm glad to have him back. And the next guy, Johan, 1.8 million. Probably spent a little too much on this player again, a bit like the goalkeeper. But there weren't many good right-backs around in the division, or really Korean right-backs, because of course I couldn't get a foreigner one. So I decided Johan would do. 32 years of age, so again on the advancing side of the age terms. But still, I think a good player, putting in great performances yet again. Like all our signings have, 7.18 match rating. Again, if you look at that, 300k to Pohang, 1.8 to Suwon. Clearly we were ripped off a little there. But like I said, weren't much around in the right back position. I could have got a youngster and tried to develop him, but I wanted someone to make that impact now. So Johan came in, and I don't regret getting the player. The fee is just a bit worrying. But in the end, it's not dented the finances too much of the team, so shouldn't really be worried too much. And the last guy brought in is a defensive midfielder, Stephen Brady, from England. Defensive midfielder, and it does mean Papi is going to be on his way out. I did bring him in. The reason I've brung him in as well is around the same level as Papi, and not only that though, he does have the potential to be a little bit better than him. So that was the reason why. Papi is 29 years of age, so I'll look to sell him. I'll be looking to sell Papi in this transfer window. If I can. Of course, if I can't, I'll keep him. And Brady will just have to try and go on loan somewhere, I guess. But happy with this guy, happy to have got him. And relatively cheap wage as well for a foreigner. So, yeah, pleased to have got that. So those are the transfers that have happened. Those are the ins and outs. Overall, I'm happy with what we've done. And obviously, it's paid off where we are in the league. So those are the transfers. Let's jump into the fixtures, I guess. So we started off the league season, 3-0 win to John Buck then we entered the Champions League group stage, which I actually live-commed this match, and it was a shame we couldn't get that. And we're gonna just, I guess we'll overall talk about the group stages while we're here, you know. So we ended up qualifying top of the group, beating Airben, I believe it is, Okayama, and Muthong United. I didn't really know what to expect coming into it. I thought my hardest, or you know, the team that were going to be challenging me to qualify, or you know, finish top of this group, I predicted we were going to qualify. I predicted it was going to be Okayama FC because Japan is such a highly rated league, I believe it is. As you see, Japan is 5th, and the Chinese league, which Airben are from, is actually, I think, 12th, 13th, as you can see there. So I expected the Japanese team to be the team to compete with us, but it didn't turn out that way. So yeah, as I said, limited knowledge about these top 2 teams. I believe Muangthong United, I think I know them in real life. I think they have an English manager, and I believe Boothroyd, the ex-QPR player, I believe he played for them. Ex-Cardiff and QPR player. I believe he plays for them in real life as well. So, you know, that was the only knowledge I had of these teams. So I expected to top the group. I expected to go through quite comfortably, but Airben put up more of a challenge than any other team, and I was actually surprised by that. So going through, we won 2-0, 2-0 again. Then we played Airben, and they actually beat us 3-2. And this was a game we took the lead twice in before throwing it away. And if you look at the match stats, arguably a draw probably would have suited it. You know, would have been a surprise draw maybe for Airben because they didn't have any of the ball, but they used the ball very well. But for them to get the win and the victory, I felt hard done by, especially when we took the lead twice. That was so annoying. So that was a disappointing result there. And I thought maybe, because at that point we dropped down to 2nd, I thought maybe I've underestimated some of these teams. But, you know, that was put behind me. We won 4-2 in the next game. We drew 1-1 to Okayama, and then we got our revenge on Airben, beating them 2-0. So, managed to go through top of the group by 2 points. So that was great. We'll talk about the knockouts when we get there. So, in between these results, we drew 1-1. We lost to Gyeongnam, I believe it is. Pohang, we lost to them as well. We beat Seoul, managed to beat them 2-0. That was a good result. And we beat Jeju 3-2 before losing to Chunnam 2-1. And I believe it was around this point my job was insecure. And actually, if we see how many games in is this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're 7 games in. If we go on past positions and have a look at us, we can see around 7 games in. Look at that, we're around 8th, 6th. This isn't the position you expect the champions to be in. So my job was a little insecure, and even I was a little bit worried that I was going to get the sack. But as you can see, you know, we climbed back up that table pretty rapidly as we went on an incredible run of form. After our 2 Champions League games, we went on 3 straight victories, beating Ulsan, Incheon, and Busan, especially the 5-0 and 4-0 victory. Great results there. Then we played Hiroshima in the Champions League 2nd round. We won 2-1 on both occasions there. At home, it was a pretty comfortable game. Didn't even offer much of a challenge. Ademi missing a penalty, which could have made it 3-1. And in the second leg, again, we dominated. We played a lot better. They put up a fight near the end. As you see, they got the goal in the 81st minute, and I thought maybe they'll get that 2-1, and then it would have gone into extra time and stuff like that. You know, would have matched the first result. But then we got our second, and you know, put the game beyond doubt. So that was great there, beating Hiroshima and also knocking out, or at least playing against a second Japanese team, which sort of said to me, you know, we shouldn't really fear any of the Japanese teams. By beating teams like that, you know, quite comfortably as well, not really putting up much of a fight. The Japanese teams, I don't think, maybe I overestimated them, but they're definitely nothing to worry about. After that, a draw to John Buck, 1-1. Decent result, I guess, you know, still a decent team, John Buck. Then we played the FA Cup game where Kagawa made his debut and got the goal and assist. And as of quite recently, we've won 2-0, drawn 2-2, won 3-0 and drawn 1-1. And the draws are quite disappointing because there actually been games that really we probably should have won. The John Buck game, they equalised pretty much straight after this game. I thought we'd actually won it, and an 82nd minute goal prevented us from getting all 3 points. And even against Pohang again, it was a pretty comfortable game, pretty boring game, nothing happened. And then in the 71st minute, Pohang stepped up and scored as they stepped up their game in the second half. So, yeah, the league, we could be doing better, definitely. You know, like I say, these draws, I felt they could have been wins. And especially at the start of the season, we were just abysmal. We shouldn't have been losing, you know, that game there as well, the 2-1 game, because we played them quite recently, Gyeongnam, and we beat them 3-0 very comfortably. So that 2-1 result at the start of the season really does annoy me. But yeah, we're doing very well in the Champions League quarter-final, because we are in that. We've got Al Gharafa, I believe. They are a Qatar team. So, again, I don't really know what to expect here. I believe Qatar is a top division and the second in Asia, so it's going to be a tough game. But still, I don't really know what to expect. You know, it could be, we could put up a surprise result. Maybe we're expected to win. Do we just see the odds here? We cannot, so I don't really know what to expect. I don't know who's going in favourites, but definitely I'd consider us, I'd give us a chance of winning this game. And I'd give us a chance of actually going on to win the tournament, of course. Let's have a look at the Champions League actually at this stage. So as you can see, we've got 4 Qatar teams actually in the knockout round, so clearly they're a good division. But hopefully by the end of this round, we'll only have 1 left in it. I'd love to get through, and I'd love John Buck to get through, and the reason for that is because in the semi-final, we are going to be playing the winners of that tie. So I think we can beat John Buck over 2 legs. As I say, I'm not too sure how the Qatar teams are going to face up. Of course, this quarter-final will give me a good determination on that, a good determinant on that. Whether I should worry them, whether I should fear them, or whether I should go out there and just play my normal game, and we'll get the result, just as a formality. Elsewhere, I'm quite surprised that Newcastle United Jets have got there. I don't know how often Australian teams get to this stage. The quarterfinals, our Newcastle United Jets have got there before, but as you can see, they're not. It's just Newcastle United Jets actually that continuously get there. Clearly, they're the best team in Australia. Adelaide United, I should say, got there before. But overall, I think we've still got a chance of winning this competition. The current holders are not in it anymore, so I say it's all to play for in this. I say we've got a chance, and of course, I will live come the semi-final and final if we can get there. But apart from that, I think this is all I really want to talk about with the fixtures. So let's look at the team a little bit. Currently, we've got a few. Actually, no, I've got one more thing to talk about, of course, up here. Spain. We are Spain under-23 manager, I should say, not managers. The reason for this is because the Olympics is coming up, and I decided, and basically a lot of teams come available. I actually list a few of them. I applied for Italy's under-23s, Argentina, Spain, South Korea, Chile, I believe I applied for, who are currently 4th in the world. So actually, let's have a look at the world rankings. Not 4th. Where are Chile? They're up there, I thought. They're 14th in the world, so that's still decent. So I applied for a lot of under-23 teams, with the idea of getting one of them, and hoping that I could lead one of these teams to Olympic glory. And I'm so glad I managed to get Spain, because we've got such a good team. I was only able to put in a few players because the under-21s, I believe, have a tournament or something, or some rubbish like that. Yeah, as you can see, they had this tournament, and I had to select my team I think it was a few days after this tournament. So as a result, I couldn't pick any good players in this under-21 squad. It said, oh, sorry, they're with the under-21s team, you're unable to pick them. And I really wanted to pick the likes of Pablo Gonzalez, this guy and this guy. I wanted to pick a few of these guys, and they wouldn't let me. So I was like, oh, that's a shame. So in the end, I had to sort of pick the team with people that weren't in the under-21 squad, which again is a shame because there's a lot of good talent in the under-21s team. But still, I think this is a team that we can win the Olympics with. Where is it currently being held? I haven't checked. In Japan, so we're in Asia. We've got a relatively easy group. I mean, of course, Argentina are going to give us a challenge, but I think we can qualify from this group. So, of course, that is going to be where that's going to be the main aim, obviously, to get out of here. Then the knockouts will offer the challenge. What's this like? Quarterfinal, semi-final? What I want to do with this, ideally, is if we get to a third place playoff or a final, I will live comment. And the only reason I do a third place playoff is because it's an Olympics and we can get a bronze medal. Which is one of the only times you'd actually cherish a bronze medal. And of course, this isn't with Britain, which is ideally where I'd want to manage. And I doubt actually in real life they would employ a foreign coach to do an Olympic tournament, because it's about representing your country at the Olympics, not managing. In a way, having a foreign manager is one thing, but having a foreign manager at the Olympics is quite an odd thing, and I don't know how many countries ever in history have done that actually. But yeah, I'm pretty confident we can do well, and I'm actually going to point out a few key players. I think Torrance here is going to be incredible, such a good player. Elsewhere, Gonzalez, our backup striker. Look at them stats, they're mind-blowing. And as well as Garcia, these guys are actually 3 strikers that I thought, man, they're so good. This guy's actually going to be shoved down the left because I really want to play him. But elsewhere, we've got Dominguez, who is one of our senior players. This guy actually I really like. He's not got the best report, but if you look at his history, he's played incredible for Granada in the Spanish second division. I mean, I know that's not the same, but when you put in performances like that, I sort of can't ignore you. So I decided to put this guy in the team. Elsewhere we have Marino, I believe it is, 30-year-old goalkeeper, putting in some great performances for Spartak Moscow last season, so he got called up as our keeper because we lacked a good one. And elsewhere our other over 23 players, because we're allowed 3, was Alberto Moreno, who is quite an attacking player, but we didn't have any good left back, so I decided to pop this guy in. And also, as you can see, not the best, players being selected as our over 23s, and that is because the senior squad is currently at the European Championships, as they just got knocked out 4-1 to England. What? How did they lose 4-1 to England? Who's that? Oh yeah, because I only added in the English League recently. There's a lot of mid-aged England players just sort of spawning in. But my God, what a great player. Getting a hat-trick. And Will Smith. Hey! But yeah, so I wasn't able to pick the best team possible, but I still think we've got a good chance with the Spain under 23s. But also as well, because of that tournament, Ademi is currently not available for selection. He hasn't been for a while. He scored his first goal for Switzerland, I think, in a warm-up match for the World Cup. Oh no, he scored it on the World Cup, so the European Championships. He actually scored it in the European Championships. So they're currently at the quarterfinals. I don't know how long he'll be away. I don't know for how much longer. I don't know how far in the tournament they're going to go. But I'm happy with Ademi at least not being here. Our strikers are still chipping in with the goals. As you can see, he's currently wanted by 9 teams, and that is because he's unwilling to sign a new contract. So I'm actually trying to look to sell this guy for as much money as I can. Currently the asking price is 2.5 million. I want to see how much I can get, because I'm going to have to sell him. If he's not going to sign a new deal, I have to let him go. That's how this works. So that's going to be a shame, but I'm going to look, of course, to bring a new striker in, which hopefully will bag even more goals than Ademi has so far this season. So anything I want to talk about, or should I just jump into this live com? You can see the key players here. Chula's been playing well. He's been playing left back and left attacking mid. Currently we have... wait, why is he currently playing left attacking mid? Yeah, currently the left attacking mid hasn't been playing particularly well, so I've been pushing him up there. And plus our backup left back, or the first choice left back if he's playing left attacking mid, has been playing really well back there. So I've been inclined to sort of put this guy in and give him his go. But really, everyone in the team's playing well. Even the makeshift striker of Kim Huen, I think it is. Even he's playing well for the short times that he's been playing. 4 goals in 5 starts. It's still a decent record. So let's jump into this live com. So this is the team here. I'm not going to run through it. You can see it. You can pause it for yourself and have a look. But let's jump into this. So CL at the CL World Cup Stadium. Hopefully we'll pick up a win here. It's going to be a big game. It's going to be a tough game because CL always offer a challenge. But I'm still confident that we can pick up a result here. So... so this one's for the fans. Yeah, come on, do this for the fans. This is a rivalry match. So, make sure the fans get the result they want. Make sure, we please the fans. I don't want to disappoint them. We've beaten them so far this season. Let's beat them again. And I'm sure we're going to play them 2 more times in this Group A split that we're going to be going into. As Al Sawaidi gets us off to a brilliant start. 7 minutes in, and he gives us the goal. Great way to start it off. Is Papi out to Jung Ho, who whipped that ball in. Sawaidi cutting him from the wing into the centre. And on his weaker foot as well, on his left foot, he smashes that one home. Great way to take the lead, 1-0. How are Chunam doing? Current league leaders, they're winning 1-0 against Jeju. Come on, Jeju, put in a better performance. Oh, wow, what a penalty. He just took out the bloke from behind. He didn't even have the ball. I mean, I'm sure if he didn't, it probably would have gone in. But we're going to have the penalty taken here by Pasalic, and it's 2-0. Great way to have this first half 2-0 up already. And will we get some more? We're on great form so far, undefeated for a long time now, and it's Kim Huen who's missed the opportunity there. But wow. Oh, Papi's been injured. Oh no. Oh no, I hope he's not injured for a long time. Otherwise I won't be able to sell him. He's not on a lot of weakers in wage, but I don't really like keeping players who won't necessarily play, so I hope he's not out. I hope it's not even an injury that will keep him out for any time. Hopefully he just had to be subbed off today, because I want to sell him in the next few days. But I think at half-time it's going to end 2-0. I don't think there's going to be any more chances in this first half. No, there isn't, so 2-0 at half-time. Great result. Great game so far for us. Striker's not playing particularly well, but that's fine. He's not scoring, but we're still getting people who are. You probably have to come off at one point. Same with Suwaidi. Our players have been getting very tired recently. I think they're just being overworked. They could do with a break. But with the fixture list, one's not coming up for a while. Chang Hoon is going to come on as well, a striker. We'll see how that lad goes. He's a pretty young striker, that guy. But I decided, with the selling of the third choice striker, we had to sort of push a youngster up, and that was the guy who looked the best. So, he's coming into the team. And he'll come on yet again. I think he scored like 1 or 2 goals this season, Chung Hoon. I'm going to have a look at that, actually. Oh, he scored 0. Oh, he's only played 2. Actually, never mind. I thought he scored 1 already, at least. De Ver with a goal. 3-0 from the set piece. I don't even know how we earned that set piece. But either way, 3-0. Comfortable scoreline. And I believe Cheongnam are drawing. So that'll close the gap to 5 points. Maybe Jeju could get us another goal. And close that gap to 4. Oh, they have. They've got that goal. It's only 4 points now separate us and the title leaders. Or the table toppers. Whatever. As they go on back, Seoul. That'll surely be a consolation, though. I don't think there's enough time for them to score another 2. I hope there's not enough time for them to score another 2. I mean, you never know with FM, man. Things happen. But let's hope it doesn't. Come on, 2-1. I don't know what to do. I don't particularly want to go counter. But if another goal goes in, I may have to. Don't give away a penalty. Good. Hong Chul closing it down. We just need to get a hold of the ball. We're currently not getting a lot of the possession. And that's typically how we play. Oh, waste of an opportunity. Seoul have gone to a 4-2-4. Wow. They really don't want to lose this game, do they? But by doing that, they could concede even more. You don't want it to get embarrassing against your rivals. There's Chul with the goal. And it is about to get embarrassing if they don't change their tactic again. 4-1 on the day now. And Hong Chul steps in and gets involved in the goal scoring. Good ball into the box. Great header. Flicking it on. And Chul turning his defender. And keeper really should be saving that. I mean, right at him. To parry that into his own goal is quite poor keeping. But either way, 4-1, maybe even one more. Can we get one more? Can we make things even worse for them? Oh, wow. What an opportunity. What a shot as well. I don't know how he did that with the inside of his right boot to swerve it like that. But either way, Seoul could have got a goal back. But 4-1, we've beaten our rivals. Great result. That will please the fans a lot. And Cheongnam ended up getting a draw in that match, but still 5 points. We've closed the gap. We've gained 2 points on them. And, that's 2 points less that we have to get now. So, next time I'll meet you back will hopefully be, I don't know what will come first, actually. Hopefully it will be an Olympics final. That would be ideal. But I don't know if that's going to work out. Either way, next time I meet you back, either an Olympic final or a Champions League semi-final or an end of season update. Hopefully it's the Olympic final and then a Champions League semi-final. But until then, guys, peace out.